iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today. Introducing a whole new form of racing to the...
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is gonna be so fun. And it's gonna be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
When I sat in the car, you always wonder, what's it gonna feel like? It was my first time driving a mid-engine GT car. My thoughts were, wow, this is really good for our first time in a car. I was really surprised by it. You're sitting low, you got the A-pillars at steep angles, the windshields at steep angles, you can see the fender flares. I think we have a chance to win. Everything's got to go right, but I think we have a car that can win the race or be on the podium. But can you imagine how cool that would be to go back 50 years later to the year and do it?
Hello everyone, welcome to V8sonline's live coverage of the iRacing.com official V8 Supercar Series. Joining us for round 2 tonight from Watkins Glen after an action-packed night last night at the Glen. We're back once again and we will see 21 laps of high intensity here at the Glen. Running on different layout tonight, we're running on the boot layout, which is the extension from the circuit coming through the carousel. And the guys currently doing qualifying at the moment. And joining me, myself, Jay Kennedy, tonight in the commentary booth, it's a very, very big hello and welcome back to Clayton Brooks. G'day, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, Jay. Glad to be back, mate. Thought I'd jump in, and been a long time since I've done any comms with you, but yeah, pretty excited to watch the guys run around here at Watkins tonight.
It's great to have you back, mate. It's been, I think, 2 years or so since you've been in the booth, so it's good to have you back in here. Joining us for probably one of the most fun races that we'll have for the season. Watkins always puts on a good show.
It certainly does. If last night's anything to go by, it's gonna be good to watch. And yeah, mate. Been too busy helping Jared with his Scops campaigns the last couple of years, and he's jumped to a different team now. So thought I might give commentary a little go again.
Good to have you too. It's always good to have people that know what they're talking about in the booth with us. We always enjoy that. At the moment, Mitch
I don't know about that, mate.
Hey, if I'm here, anyone can talk better than me. Mitch and McLeod currently on the top of the timesheets, which is a little bit of a curveball that nobody was expecting. Bo Cubis in P2, who showed a lot of pace last night, and Marlon McMullen in P3. So, interesting mix at the front of the field. lot of the big names we saw racing last night have not turned up to race tonight, which is an interesting one as well. But in saying that, still a very, very tight field. 1 second separating the top 8 at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Throwback to me commentating. It's a throwback, a good 5 or 6 years. Mr. McLeod on top of the timesheets. When I started iRacing, he was always up there.
Hashtag has been.
No, I got in trouble for that once, so I won't do that again. But
I'll do it all the time, and I continue to tell him, especially remind him of that video that he famously was involved in, where he said he was one of the best sim racers in the world. That was always quite funny. He's just finished his second lap, doesn't improve on the second lap. Actually did the second lap the exact same lap time as his first lap. So nice and consistent there for Mitch. We've got Bo Cubis on screen. He's mixing up the liveries. Last night he was running the Holden Racing Team livery. Tonight he's gone into the Greg Murphy Kmart livery. He's about to cross the line.
Looks pretty good, dude.
Good to see him mixing it up. Doesn't improve.
Yeah, definitely.
With a 50.3, so about a minute and a half or so to go left in this qualifying session. So not long left. I don't think anyone will improve. Possibly Wayne Burke will be the only one that may jump up the time sheets. Strategy-wise, the guys do have a restricted fuel tank tonight, 56 litres, so there will be a pit stop required for around about 30 odd litres at some point in the race. So we'll see pit stops anywhere between lap 7 and lap 14 or thereabouts.
Yeah, 30 litres, is it enough to put tyres on, Jay,
yeah,
or
fresh
will it be
boots
going
can,
no tyres?
Yeah, no, definitely can take fresh boots with 30 seconds. 30 seconds is about 9 seconds. 30 litres is about 9 seconds, I should say. I'm mixing up my words tonight, but yeah, definitely we'll be able to take fresh tyres in the pit stop, so that will definitely add an extra element. Seen quite often the overcut working as opposed to the undercut working, so be interesting to see the strategy that plays out, especially with guys in amongst traffic. Strategy was pretty key last night, we saw in the Premier Series, so I'm sure it will be key again. We've got Mario Vlasic, the last driver to put in a lap. Actually, Ryan Shelton currently is on a lap as well. He's only posted, well, hasn't posted a lap yet.
Yeah, I was just having a look at that. Ryan Sheldon yet to post a lap, and Scott as well, Slizowski. Doesn't look like he's posted a lap either.
Yeah, Shelton's just crossed the line and his lap hasn't counted. Shelton did a great job in second split last night, finishing right up towards the pointy end. He actually technically didn't make the racing last night. He finished in 82nd position in pre-qualifying, and a couple of drivers dropping out gave him a spot. So he did a great job capitalising on that. Mitchell McLeod will start this one on pole position though. Bo Cuba second, Marlon McMullen third, Al Nabi in fourth position. Then it's Hammond, Stratford, Burke, Bentz, Preston, Quire, O'Brien, Borg, Taliancic, Trim, Page, Williams, Sharp, Zeidinger, Vlasic, Hins, Dodd, Jackson, Jones, Coroni, Miller and Baker, the 26 that are posted laps. Then it's Ryan Shelton and Scott Siskowski. I'm sure we've got Scott's name wrong, but we'll both get it wrong, so at least we're fair.
There's a couple of good matchups there through the field. Bentz and Preston out of 7th and 8th. That's 9th and 10th, is it? Yeah, they're going to be a good battle to watch.
Good to see
couple of hard heads going at it.
Yeah, Michael Hammond's done a great job recently too. He's definitely improved in the last few weeks. He's getting further and further up towards the front, so he's a real chance for a podium tonight. But it'll be great to see McLeod with Cubis and McMullen right at the pointy end of this field. I'm really looking forward to that battle. So 21 laps for this race, 113 or 114 kilometres in length in this race tonight. Track is nice and hot, wind is nice and strong, so we'll see a few mistakes under brakes for some guys with this different weather conditions from what they would have been practicing for most of the week. We're just waiting for the last couple of drivers to grid up.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, these first couple of laps, these top 10, and they're going to go crazy, I think, these guys.
I agree. Watch for Forzen El Nabi at the start here too. I reckon he's going to get a great jump there away. And I've completely got it wrong. Hammond's got the great jump. El Nabi to the inside to defend. And McMullen looks like he might get ahead of Bo Cubis into turn 1. And does.
Yeah, he's going to have the run up through the S's here. Good job by Marlon McMullen. Bo Cubis handing all over the back of him. He wants that position back straight away up this straight.
Corey Preston's tucked in behind Wayne Burke. Michael Hammond's lost a spot. Stratford has gained one and is right in the draft of his teammate, but Cubis and McMullen looks like the battle at the moment. This is for P2 and P3.
They head down into the boot for the first time.
McLeod just made a mistake, and I was about to say he's checked out, but right on cue, McMullen is right there, ready to pounce.
Yeah, it looked like McLeod just missed the braking marker a little bit, ran wide, heading down into the boot, but all the top three are pretty even, but they're side by side back in the pack there. I can't see who that is. Is that Wayne Burke?
Hammond's made a mistake, and Burke has capitalised up the inside. Preston almost makes it 3 wide. And Dean O'Brien also gets past Jason Bentz. A little bit further back, Greg Sharp and Coroni are side by side as well. That's enabled the top 5 to break away, with Burke and Hammond a little bit behind. O'Brien defending over Jason Bentz. But a clean first lap. Great to see that. The first time at Watkins Glen for the entire week of racing that we've had. We've actually had a clean lap 1.
Yeah,
Jason
safety
Quire.
rating in this one.
Jason Quire and Brian Borg looking up the inside. Pulls out of it. Daniel Williams side by side with Adam Zeidinger. Zeidinger goes through.
Yeah, you definitely can't go too wide up through there. Right behind those two guys, Luke Page and Mario Vlasic, they're having a great battle back for 18th and 17th position.
Yeah, Vlasic has been quite competitive in this car, I think.
That's
Is that run wide just ahead of Taliancic? Daniel Trim actually.
Yep.
Taliancic has made a mistake, and Zeidinger and Trim are right there.
Yeah, Zeidinger nearly went around the outside of, sorry if I'm getting it wrong. Is it?
Taliancic.
Taliancic, that's it.
And Preston and O'Brien are side by side as well. And Hammond's made a mistake, and Preston has made contact. Is that a car in the fence? It's still going on. Hammond Bentz. Wow.
Yeah, Bentz. It's a pile-up.
Big pile-up
in there.
So that started with Corey Preston and
Michael Hammond, I believe.
Michael Hammond, yeah. Hammond's got damage to the front of his car. We'll try and get a replay and work out exactly what's happened, but they were side by side. So Preston and O'Brien were side by side. There's a little bit of a touch.
Yeah, Corey Preston's tagged Hammond in the rear.
Yeah, that was strange.
Then Hammond in the fence. It looked like broken steering maybe there for Hammond. The way he just sort of veered back across the circuit, and all the other cars coming flying up there had nowhere to go, really.
Could even have been a hardware failure or something, because it's very strange how that's all happened. You can see behind him. That was bizarre. But that's taken quite a few cars out of this. Hammond, Borg, Page, Bentz, Quire and Zeidinger all out from that incident.
Yeah, it's a definite shame. And it's really spread out the top 10 now.
The top 4 still together, separated by about 1.5 seconds, but the rest of the field is definitely spread. So once you lose that draft at this track, it's all over for you.
Jason Bentz and Hammond both disconnecting, so their race is completely done.
Yeah, Brian Borgs ended up going back out there. Cubis has dropped off a little from McMullen, who is right on the tail of McLeod now.
Yeah, Cubis definitely is not going to let, McMullen is definitely not going to let Mitchell have it all his own way. I don't think he's going to pressure him this whole race.
Forsnett Elnabi's putting a lot of pressure on Bo Cubis as well. So 2 battles brewing. Actually, 3 battles, because right behind Stratford and Burke. Burke's managed to close back up to that pack.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Stratford may have made a little error this lap, because Burke's closed up a hell of a lot of ground in this one lap.
He definitely has, and he was not far behind Elnabi not that long ago, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we can't see anything in the timing. All these lap times all look pretty much the same, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. But this first part of the lap, McLeod is definitely stronger than McMullen and Cubis, but through the second part of the lap, you see McMullen close up ultra quickly. McLeod has a little internet glitch. Wayne Burke actually is putting a lot of pressure on Matt Stratford. This is 5th and 6th again.
Oh, is he having a look? He had a look down the inside there. I think he's just buying his time. I think he just feels he's definitely got the pace over Stratford.
He had good pace in the Thursday night IMSA race that we had here in the DP class. Punched out the fastest lap, so he's done a fair bit of racing at this track. Of course, racing in the Premier Series as well last night. Been a big Watkins Fest. The big winner out of all of this kerfuffle that's been going on is Thomas Hinds. He's actually moved his way up to P12. He started back in 20th, so he's doing a good job. So just seeing a crash in the background, Caroni facing the wrong direction, and looks like Greg Sharp may have given him a little bit of contact as he straightened back up. But Stratty and Burke is definitely the one to watch at the moment. Wayne Burke's putting a heap of pressure on Stratford.
Yeah, the 4 guys in front seem to be just holding station. They've all got a similar pace, but like you said, this battle for 5th, Burke seems to have a lot of pace. Getting off the corners very straight, and seem to carrying a lot more speed on exit as he's looking down the inside in the bus stop and decides against it, tucks back in behind Stratford.
Saw this last night. The car that was trailing has the potential to save some fuel and possibly use that undercut. He's got the pace. If he plays it smart, here he goes up the inside right now. Won't even have to worry about waiting until the pit stops. Yeah. It's done.
Great move.
Stratford doesn't even put any pressure on. He knew that he was gone. So good driving.
That's damn good driving. Now Stratford, yeah, he can use Burke as a bit of a tow around and save a bit of fuel. He might be able to come back up. But if I look up the front, we're side by side, Elnabi and Cubis. Yeah, Elnabi has another look.
I thought he was going to throw it up the inside there. These front 4 are definitely got some great pace at the moment. They're not splitting up as well, so they're driving as a 4-car train, which will help them all, especially Elnabi in regards to that fuel that we're talking about. And he is very, very good at fuel saving as well, which we have seen, especially we saw at Sebring in the Premier Series.
I wonder if Elnabi's seen that Burke's now past Stratford, and as soon as Burke did that, Elnabi tried to make a move, so we know Burke's got pace. He might be a little worried of getting attacked from the rear.
Yeah, Burke's actually already closed half a second on Elnabi since he got past. Seeing side by side down the front straight, Daniel Williams for All-Star Motorsport and Daniel Trim for Performance Motorsport. Trim up the inside, and back through comes Williams, and Hinds is there now too. They're 3 wide.
Yeah, they slowed each other up, and Hinds got a great run now up into the S's. Oh, he's had to back out of it.
Backed out of it. But here comes Vlasic. Vlasic is going to have a great run on Hinds. He might get Hinds. He's going to have to go around the outside though.
Hins is covering the inside from Vlasic.
Yeah, good driving from those guys. Just gave each other enough room. Good to see. And Trim looks like he's already pulled away from Williams. A few close battles starting to form the whole way through this field, which is always what happens at Watkins Glen, but the reverse.
Oh, El Nabi, Jay, up inside, coming out of the boot section. He's got two loose on exit, and Cuba's able to hold on the third spot, but that position is definitely under threat.
Just behind him, Wayne Burke starting to close and Stratford dropping. So I'll see a 5-car battle for the front of this race very, very soon. Already a third of the way through, mate. Here he goes, up inside.
Turn one.
Oh, I didn't think he pulled that up.
Might be on.
No, he's got away. Great drive.
Nice.
Good move.
Yeah, you could see it was only going to be a matter of time. El Nabi definitely seemed to have the pace over Cubis his last 4 or 5 laps.
I'm wondering if Cubis knows that he didn't have enough for McMullen, but thinks El Nabi might, so he hasn't put up a huge fight. Go with him and try and get back up to that pack and possibly follow him through. So gap Cubis to Burke, 1.5 seconds. So we'll see how much Wayne Burke can close on El Nabi. On Cubis, I should say now. That gap first back to second, staying around about that 6 to 7 tenths of a second mark.
We're approaching the pit window, Jay. What lap did you say it was?
Yeah, around about lap 8. So any time from now, they should be pretty close to making it home. You get about 14 or so laps to a tank. So 14 to 15 laps to a tank. So it won't be long.
You're in this top 4 or 5 guys. What would be your strategy? Pit early and maybe deal with traffic and try the overcut, or?
Big advantage that they're going to have is that being the longer layout, they're probably not going to come out into traffic if they do pit early, so they're probably going to have clean track. But in some ways, clean track doesn't help you at this track because you want the drafting partner. So I don't know what you do. You probably try and go 1 lap earlier than the guy ahead of you, but I don't know what you do. But interesting to think that we're really going to see strategy with how close these top 5 are. They're separated by 4 seconds at the moment.
We're on lap 8 now, so pit window should be open for the guys. If I was Mr. McLeod, I'd go early. Pray for no traffic. He's hasn't got any draft so far, and he's doing a stellar job, doing very consistent laps out in front. So
yeah, he might also, because he's doing those consistent laps. I know the way that Mitch likes to drive. Mitch likes to go long and have the shorter run at the end. So he might be just going to keep trying to punch out these lap times and then try and break the lap record as he comes back out. So that's how he tends to drive. Saying that, if he's looking at the live timing, which I know he does use the live timing while he's racing, he'll notice that he doesn't have the fastest lap in the race, which is with Marlon McMullen. So he will try and change that after the pit stops. Al Nabi's really closed up on McMullen, who has dropped from McLeod on this lap. It's down to 8 tenths.
I thought Burke would have been caught up to Cubis a little bit quicker, but he is slowly getting there, but going to take a few more laps than we expected, I think.
McMullen is actually looking like he's starting to struggle because El Nabi's now right there. I don't think we'll see anyone in the pits. Actually, we do. Cubis is in. Burke's in. Interesting that Burke's pitted there. Not surprised with Cubis because he was obviously lacking pace, but Burke coming in, I'm a little surprised with.
It'll be interesting to see whereabouts they come out if they are going to have to deal with traffic. Like I said, the longest circuit, probably not. And the last guy on the lap was around about 35 seconds behind these guys, so he should be, it's Brian Borg, he should be well and truly past by the time these guys get out of pits.
Yeah. Now my pit numbers or my fuel numbers were slightly wrong. 16-second stop for Burke, 14-second stop for Cubis. Cubis has come out just ahead of Caroni, and he's got clear track ahead to to Greg Sharp. And Burke's 2 seconds behind. He's lost 2 seconds in that stop.
Yeah, and he's going to have to deal with Caroni if he doesn't pit.
McMullen and El Nabi is getting really close. It's down to half a second now.
I think if I was El Nabi and McMullen doesn't go in, I'd die for the pits.
Yeah, do the opposite on this lap, I think is the right play. See what happens though. Could both stay out? I doubt it. I think that one of these two will need to pit.
Oh,
both in.
Oh.
That will be interesting. El Nabi may have saved a little bit of fuel and being able to jump. Stratford comes in as well just behind, as does O'Brien and Preston. So as expected, McLeod staying out. His lap times have just started to slow a little in comparison to where he was. But we'll,
Williams and Hines are in. Vlasic stays out.
So it's McLeod, Taliancic and Trim that have stayed out. We'll see where El Nabi and McMullen come out in comparison to Bo Cubis, who is coming down the front straight already. Cubis could actually jump them here.
Oh, El Nabi's got
out ahead. Yeah. And Cubis may get them. And no, he's going to slot in between. Oh, he's going to go around the outside. Fresh tyres.
Oh, around the outside, yeah.
Fresh tyre
Nicely
advantage.
done.
So Cubis has been the big winner out of this early pit stop ploy. That's the undercut working. A little bit of fuel saving from El Nabi, a half a second quicker stop. And he's weaving down the front straight to try and get a little bit of extra heat in those tyres.
Oh, this race is on now. You got to throw a blanket over the three of these guys.
Greg Sharp right behind as well. He is yet to make his stop, so count him out of this battle. Seeing Caroni's dropped out of the race. He's technically showing as the race leader, but he's definitely not. He's out of the race. So we'll see what McLeod does. He's just about to come up to the pit lane. We're now just gone past, or just at halfway to complete lap 10. He's pitting. That's a surprise. I'm a little shocked by this. Mitch is not usually one to pit at halfway.
McMullen, very loose under brakes. Nearly took out the rear end of El Nabi.
Yeah, McMullen's really fighting the wheel, just on board now. The wheel work has been fairly extreme from McMullen there. So McLeod already stopped in his box.
These guys round the last corner now and on the main straight.
Yeah, I think McLeod's going to get them here. He's away, and he should be clear. It'll be just, the only difference will be, no, he's going to be clear.
These guys are definitely caught up a little.
Yeah, and they're going to catch up a little bit now because of that cold tyre versus warm tyre advantage that Cubis, El Nabi, McMullen will have. So they'll be right on McLeod's tail.
Oh, this is McMullen. Right out sideways.
Here comes El Nabi. No, pulls back into line. I love the commitment from these guys coming into the bus stop chicane. It is awesome to see. Front four cars yet to make their stops, so Taliancic, Trim, Baker and Jackson yet to stop. Everyone else in the field has made their pit stop. We've got 10.5 laps to go. 10.5 laps done. McLeod, the effective race leader over Bo Cubis, Forzen El Nabi and Marlon McMullen. Here comes El Nabi. He's got this move done.
Yeah, they got the inside line. Nicely done.
He's got a good drive out of the toe of the boot. Cuba's going to go around the outside.
Cuba's way overshot the marks. Drops another spot to McMullen.
So now El Nabi, he did have great pace. He was closing up on McMullen. We saw before the pit stops. Will he be able to catch up to McLeod, who was 1.5 seconds up the road? Baker in the lane, so 3 left to pit now.
And McLeod may catch Jackson this lap.
Yeah, so that could help those guys behind. So Talyancic leads the race, but as we said, yet to make his stop, as with Daniel Truman, Brendan Jackson. So McLeod is in 4th. We've got 10 laps to go.
And I don't think you're lying about McLeod wanting the fastest lap. He is absolutely flying now. He's got a bit of warmth in those tyres.
He's definitely on it. This lap will be the one lap he has a chance to get the fastest lap of the race. The best lap of the race at the moment is a 1 minute 49.953 from El Nabi, who did that on that last lap. McMullen with a 9.57. McLeod with a 9.80, so absolutely nothing between those three in regards to fastest lap times in this race.
McLeod's got traffic.
Yep. And they're not making it easy for him either. Make it a little bit easier on the exit. I don't think he's lost out too bad, but that will ruin his chance at fastest lap though. What an awesome race this has been.
It has been. There's been good little battles everywhere.
Have a look at Wayne Burke, who's closed up out of absolutely nothing. He's right on the tail of Bo Cubas now.
Yeah, Cubas last lap was pretty scrappy, and he seems to be sliding a little bit this lap, and it's really given Burke the incentive to catch up.
About 2 seconds behind before the pit stops. He's now right there. We'll check the lap time from McLeod. He's just done it. 1:49.8, so there you go, he'll be happy now. So still 3 left to pit, Talyancic, Trim and Jackson. Jackson's dropped back in behind McLeod and has El Nabi right on his tail, who's broken away from McMullen.
Yeah, Nabi's 2 times since he's left the pits are 49.95, so he is absolutely on it, trying to catch up to McLeod.
He'll be wanting to make very, very quick work of Brendan Jackson here, who isn't making it overly easy for El Nabi, who's going to get the run out of this corner, and he'll get it into the boot. Oh, big slide!
Oh, Nabi.
Keeps it. Well held.
That was great.
Oh!
Now they've tagged each other. Oh no, this is terrible.
Race. That'll be race done for El Nabi. He's got massive damage to the front of that car. He lets everyone through up to Wayne Burke, so he's dropped back to net 5th. And Burke has a run on Bo Cubas here, and he might make a move up the inside. Tucks back into line. This has helped McLeod, who now has a 3-second gap back to McMullen.
And now Burke can sniff a podium out of all this.
That's painful for El Nabi.
Oh, it is. It's heartbreaking.
If he hasn't got any damage, it'll be okay because he's got pace. But not long left in the race. I think 8 laps to go.
The way the first 13 laps of this race have gone, I'm not prepared to predict anything, Jay.
Neither. I'll stay out of it. If we say anything too much, we'll definitely put the commentator's curse on someone. Saying that you haven't done it yet since you've been back, so.
I've only been back 20 minutes.
It didn't take me that long my first time back. Dean O'Brien's got a great run on Matt Stratford, who we've seen really struggle since he got that great start in this race. just seen him disappear off the timesheets altogether. There he is back. So having internet issues and he's slowing down. So pulling out of the way. That's very sporting of him. Actually, a little bit of contact between he and Preston.
Yeah.
Unintentional, but yeah, it's been interesting. Gap at the front, well, the effective lead is 3.2 seconds. McLeod back to McMullen. A second between McMullen back to Cubis. And here comes Al Nabi and O'Brien looking to get past Cubis. This is for effective third, fourth, fifth position.
It's a bit of an interesting concept. Apart from McLeod, I think Burke and El Nabi have had probably the most stable cars this race, and they got the two guys that seem to have been struggling throughout the race in front. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to make of these last 6 or so laps. Even after that incident, El Nabi's car looks like it's on rails.
Yeah, still looks very, very good. Taliancic in the pits, so field is now cleansed, so we are now looking at the actual race lead with McLeod, McMullen and Bo Cubis. This battle between Cubis, Burke, Al Nabi is for third. Spot on the podium up for grabs in this pack. Burke's clipped the curb up against the wall and it's unsettled the car. Here comes Al Nabi. No, sides against it.
El Nabi. El Nabi's growing impatient there. You can see the laps ticking down.
He knows he's got the pace to be right there with McLeod, but he's just not able to get through.
I dare say it'd be a fair bit of red mist about the cabin. He's made a mistake, which in turn let him get entangled with pretty much a back marker. Sometimes when you crash into the guys that you're racing, you just got to wear that. But when you crash into the guy that hasn't pitted yet and is towards the back of the field, it can really rub some salt into the wound.
Yeah, wasn't a lap down, but definitely out of position because the pace that he had was putting him about 15th, 14th position. It wasn't fighting for position as Burke has a bit of a look. 6 laps to go in this race now.
I think Cuba's definitely holding up these two. McMullen's skipped out to a couple of seconds in front of these guys. So.
Oh, Cuba's just slammed the wall hard. Saw on board with Burke there. Cubis up on 2 wheels after contact with the wall. It doesn't look like it slowed him down too much down the straight. But it was a fairly big hit.
Burke will be licking his lips here. You can see that Cubis is pushing very hard to maintain his third position.
Oh, across the grass. He's going to have to defend.
Oh,
Al Nabi's going to look around the outside.
I do apologise. We realise there's other guys in this race, but we can't take the eyes off this battle for third position at the moment.
No, definitely have to stay with this because this is so close. Burke's got another run. He's closing up ultra quick, but not able to do it in the right spot. McLeod's checked out to now a 3.5 second lead. Gap between Cubis and McMullen out to 1.5 seconds. And then these 3 that we're watching here separated by half a second. Absolutely nothing between them.
I was Burke beginning on the main straight and jamming me brake bias all the way forward and going real deep into turn 1.
Yeah, got to try and get a good run out of this corner here. He's been a little bit loose on exit. Yeah, great drive, and Cubis has just clipped the grass. That'll slow him up a little. Might be able to get it done here.
Burke has a look now. Oh, as Cubis turns in, he's not...
Oh, no.
They're still side by side, neither one of these guys going to give this up.
Oh, side by side here up the hill.
Oh, nicely done by Cubis.
Yep, great defending. And here comes El Nabi. He's going to have a great run here. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide down this straight here. El Nabi's going to thread through the middle. He'll follow with Burke.
No.
Great driving, guys.
I love how Cubis doesn't need to defend every corner. He's backing himself to get out of the corners with a bit of speed just to hold these guys off. Now Burke has a look down the inside, but that's going to place him on the wrong side of the road or down the boot.
El Nabi. Oh, he might have actually got him. He's got him around the outside.
No.
Oh, contact Burke.
Oh, very deep.
Cubis was right in deep. Burke gets through, and El Nabi's going to get that spot too.
Yeah, Cubis couldn't get the power down. That elevates El Nabi up to 4th position, and Burke up to the podium position.
See if Burke can close up on McMullen, who now is 3 seconds up the road after that little battle.
It'll be a big ask. I think that would take a lot of the goodness out of Burke's tyres, that battle with Cubis.
So we've got 4 to go as they cross the line here. I don't think there's going to be enough for for Burke to catch McMullen, but I'm thinking Wayne Burke will be watching in his rear vision mirror for El Nabi coming at him. Not long left in this race. El Nabi's had great pace, as has Burke. Burke's pit stop really cost him. What might have been if you had jumped Cubis in that pit stop?
Just looking at the average of the lap times, and it seems that El Nabi can do a low 50. But Burke seems to be doing mid to high 50s most of the time, so this definitely isn't a ever for the last podium position.
Wondering what else is happening throughout the field. Everyone else is fairly settled. The only other battle going on is Thomas Hinz with Daniel Williams behind. Hinzy up to P10, so he's doing a great job. But we'll stay with Burke and El Nabi. El Nabi's right there already. That didn't take long. What a battle this race has been between all of the guys in the top 5, essentially.
Yeah, it's been some fantastic driving. Wish a bit more of that driving was displayed last night, but these guys are really showing how you can drive around Watkins Glen, fast, side by side.
Isn't it funny that the guys that are up towards the pointy end in this race actually were the ones that stayed out of trouble for the most part last night that were racing? So the guys that were racing, that is. So, of course, McLeod and McMullen didn't race in Premier Series last night. Bo Cubis had a great result last night. Podium in the second race. El Nabi, I reckon he's going to get him into turn 1 next lap. That's my prediction here.
He's definitely got the draft off Burke here, and Burke's not getting any assistance. McMullen's too far in front.
Last lap, 7/10th gain for El Nabi. Fastest driver on track is falls down El Nabi.
He's nearly pushing Burke through the bus stop there. He's that close.
Here he goes.
El Nabi has a look. Oh, Burke very deep. Hangs it around the outside. Got to keep it off the grass. He has done that. They're side by side.
We've seen guys being able to do it around the outside through this part of the track. He's not going to do it. He's going to tuck in and try and get the run. And over under, he won't be able to do that. And he's lost a little bit of ground. Great driving from Wayne Burke.
He shut that crisscross down pretty quick, didn't he? He knew exactly what El Nabi was thinking.
Oh, big lock up from Burke. pressure's starting to get to him there. He's watching his mirrors very aggressively. El Nabi, thought he was going to throw it up the inside again. There'll be 2 to go when they cross the line. I think turn 1's going to be the spot for El Nabi on this lap.
Yeah, if I was El Nabi, I'd definitely be having a go. You don't want to put all your eggs in the one basket and leave it to the last corner of the last lap.
If he tries to get it done now, stick it in now. If he doesn't get it done now, he's got another lap to have a look at it. No, he's too far back. He didn't get a great run out of the final corner. We've got 2 to go. What a battle it's been.
He seems very strong through the bus stop. I think heading down into the boot is the place where you'll find El Nabi's going to...
He's been good through the bus stop and through the carousel, so that's where we've seen him gain a lot of time. He's definitely being held up. Last lap by a 1:51.5. The lap before he did a 50.3, so 1.2 seconds slower by following Burke. This close. Here we go.
You can see the gains he's just made there through the bus stop. Like you said, Jay, around the carousel, he can just trail that brake. He's right there, but Burke's wake up to it. He's running the middle of the road.
Can hold around the outside. He's got the run up the inside into this next corner. Burke cuts it off again. Smart driving from Burke.
Yeah, you know, you're exactly right. You can easily sit here and say El Nabi's got the quicker car, but Burke's car placement is second to none at the moment.
Cubis was doing a great job of it before. He made that one little error which has enabled both cars to get past, which is unfortunate for him because he'd done a great job of defending his position. But El Nabi definitely has the pace. He's just got to get the right spot to get this move done. Not long left. Burke's starting to pull away a little. The drivers are now on their final lap of this race. McLeod has about a 4-second lead. Back to Marlon McMullen. Wayne Burke next, about 4 seconds behind. This is Burke, El Nabi, Cubis on screen. The battle for the last spot on the podium.
El Nabi's a long way back compared to the other laps. He's a couple of car lengths there between the two now, so definitely won't be happening into the bus stop.
Not this time. But he's closed up very, very quickly through the bus stop. Will he be able to get a run coming out of the carousel? Burke will likely defend coming out here. He'll keep it in the middle of the track.
I'd be running the white line if I was Burke at this stage of the race.
Yeah, not long left.
A podium place in the Monday night officials, certainly nothing to be scoffed at, and I'd be doing everything I could to make sure I get it.
Geez, I'd be happy with the podium in the 8th split of any race. So it's been a great battle the whole way through. Not long left in this race now. Only 4 corners left for El Nabi to do it. I don't know if he's going to be close enough here. He's going to have to do it into the second last corner. It actually looks like he might even be braking too late, El Nabi. I think he's run out of rubber and he's pretty much done. He's not there, but McLeod comes around the final corner for the final time. Great drive from Mitch McLeod, fastest lap of the race. Kept it out of trouble, great jump from the start. Picks up his first win in an absolute long time. McMullen, big drift across the start-finish line. And Wayne Burke holds on over Forzen El Nabi for 3rd position. Bo Cubis rounding out the top 5. What a fantastic race.
Oh, it definitely was. Dean O'Brien brought it home there in 6th spot for Synergy Sim Racing, and then Corey Preston in 7th. Behind those guys, Matty Stratford unfortunately had some internet dramas, I think, throughout that race, so he was in 8th position, and Michael Talajancic is in 9th, and your top 10 was Thomas Hines, which is a good result for Thomas.
Yeah, he did very, very well. We just caught the end of it. Hopefully the battle. Scott Sikowski, Wayne Jones, Greg Sharp through the final corner. This is for 18th, 19th, 20th position. bumping out of the final corner. Jones has got to run. Is he going to get him? No. 0.04 of a second. Sikowski holds on over Phil Jones.
It's close racing.
Oh, that's race done. Wow, what a night.
That went pretty quick, didn't it?
It went ultra quick. We've got the results up on screen. Mitchell McLeod picking up the win over Marlon McMullen. And we've got Wayne Burke next, followed by Forzan Alnabi, Bo Cubis, Dean O'Brien, Corey Preston, Matt Stratford, Michael Taliancic, and Thomas Hinz rounding out the top 10. Then Williams, Vlasic, Trim, Shelton, Dodd, Baker, Miller, Sikowski, Jones, Sharp. Then Jackson rounding out the finishes. Then we've got Brian Borg, Caroni, Quire, Hammond, Page, Zeidinger, and Bentz, the DNFs who are involved in that incident on lap 2, unfortunately. But McLeod, I can't believe I said it, McLeod's won a Monday night race. Probably about 4 years, I think, since he's won one of these.
Oh, well done to him. That's an awesome effort. He absolutely dominated. He didn't look like getting past once. Even when he was in that battle at the start, he just had enough car speed there to sort of shut the door on anyone that wanted to have a look.
Yeah, great. Dominant drive from McLeod. Been an absolute long time since we've ever said that. So, probably been 5 years since we've said dominant drive from McLeod, but good to see. So, yeah, actually has shown some of these younger boys how to actually do some donuts in this car.
Yeah, he's doing well. I'm surprised he remembers, but he's done pretty good, isn't he? It's not a bad burnout.
It's only because he's been driving a little bit on dirt. So, well, we might wrap it up. Thanks very much, Brooksy, for jumping in. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
No, it was my pleasure, mate. I'm glad I could help, and yeah, had plenty of fun watching that. It was a good race.
We'll be back on tomorrow night from 7:15 Australian Eastern Standard Time with the Midweek Sports Car Championship. And then we'll be back Thursday for IMSA. Saturday, we have our special 410 Dirt Sprint Series at Eldora. Then Sunday night we've got the Premier Series once again, and next Monday night we'll be back once again for our official series. We'll be off to the Nürburgring next Monday. Really looking forward to that. Should be a fantastic race. But you have been watching the official V8 Supercar online series presented by V8sonline and iRacing.com. Your winner tonight at Watkins Glen has been Mitchell McLeod. We'll see you next time.